Welcome to In Search of Anthony Burgess, which today is brought to you from central England, indeed not very far from Stratford-upon-Avon, a village called Adderbury. Adderbury is the village where Anthony Burgess and his wife and muse Lynne lived between 1950 and 1954. Burgess was a schoolmaster here in the nearby town of Banbury. I've spoken In Search of Anthony Burgess before, I believe, about my admiration for the poetry of Anthony Burgess. T.S. Eliot also was an admirer of Burgess's poetry. His poems, however, are diffusely available. You can find some in the appendix to this novel, published long after Burgess left Adderbury, Enderby Outside. But these poems in the appendix were composed while Burgess was living here. He describes them as some uncollected early poems by F.X. Enderby. And these were the poems, I believe, that were submitted to various publishers and, I understand, rejected. I think it may well have been T.S. Eliot who did the turning down, politely, but firmly. The one I quite like, the poem I quite like from the Adderbury years, is this one. It's called The Excursion. The blue of summer morning begs the country journey to be made. The sun that gilds the breakfast eggs illuminates the marmalade. A cheque is smiling on the desk. Remembered smells upon the lane breed hunger for the picaresque, to blood the buried springs again. Here is the pub, and here the church, and there are 30 miles of sun, the river and the rod and the perch, the noonday drinking just begun. Let beer beneath the neighbour trees swill all that afternoon away, and onions, crisp to sullen cheese, yield the sharp succulence of today. Today remembers breaking out the fire that burned the hayfield black, an army that was grey with drought, shows to my stick its fossil track. Returning evening, rows on rows, or pomegranate, rouge and ripe, the lamp upon my pavement throws the ectoplasm of my pipe. I particularly like that the noonday drinking just begun. By all accounts, Burgess and Lynne were heroic drinkers in the pubs of Adderbury and Banbury, and I salute them for that.